Welcome to the Season of Self-Love podcast. I am your host, Nyomi Banks, and I am thrilled to have you join me on this transformative journey. You see, every day we dive into a powerful conversation about self-discovery, healing, and empowerment. This podcast is brought to you by Ask Nyomi and Elevate Me Self-Discovery, where we believe that loving yourself is the first step to living a fulfilling life. You can expect insightful discussions, practical tips, and inspiring stories. Plus, we'll occasionally welcome special guests who will share their unique perspectives on self-love and personal growth. So get comfy, grab your favorite beverage, and let's embark on this journey together. Because it's time to embrace the beautiful person that you are. So let's elevate our lives one episode at a time. Now let's get started. All right, my beautiful people, well, welcome to the Season of Self-Love, your daily dose of inspiration and growth. I am your host, Nyomi Banks. Oh, my beautiful people, this is the moment I feel so sacred, our final episodes of this year. This is our bridge between domination and rebirth. You see, today we stand in a more powerful threshold. Behind us lies a year of domination, a paradigm shifts, of healing journeys, and in powerful completions. And before us opens the year of rebirth, full of infinite possibilities. I am so ready. I am so ready. And I pray that you all are ready. So before we get into this final episode for this year, let's take a quick break, all right? It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks here on this Season of Self-Love, and we'll be right back. All right, my beautiful people, it's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks here. You know, the one from the Season of Self-Love podcast. Well, I bet you didn't know, I have a whole nother podcast called Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap podcast with myself, Dog Pound Mike, and the BTG crew. Yes, we do a live show every Thursday night. But also, you are able to listen on the replays that's streaming on all networks from Spotify to iHeartRadio to Apple. Yes, just go subscribe. All right? Again, this is your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks here. And come ask Nyomi. Again, we talk about everything. Everything. Have an amazing day. All right, my beautiful people. Well, welcome back to the Season of Self-Love podcast, where you get your daily dose of inspiration. It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks here, and this is our final episode for this year. And we're just let's go into a final meditation for this year, all right? So if you can just find you a nice sacred space, a nice calm and soothing space, all right? I want you to take a deep breath in, deep conscious breath in, yes. Exhale out, yes. Now I want you to feel the power of this year. The wisdom that has been gathered. And the strength that has been earned. And the growth that was achieved. Now breathe into this threshold between what has been and what will be. Feel your readiness for rebirth, for renewal, and for elevation. Now take one final breath in for this year and carrying these gifts forward, ready to rise again, all right? So when you are ready, please open up your eyes. And if you are new here to the Season of Self-Love podcast, it's something that we do every day, Monday to Friday here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. All right, my beautiful people. I am just so full right now. I am so full right now. So let's talk about the gifts of domination, all right, my beautiful people. Let's honor what this year has given us Through every series, through every challenge, through every breakthrough, we've been preparing for rebirth. All right, so I took the time to go back and look at all of the series that we did, starting from January on, when we started off with setting powerful intentions for the year ahead. Where we talked about reflecting on the past year and identifying areas of our personal growth and improvement. But also we set the tone of setting intentions. We had a 9-day gratitude challenge that we set everything in motion. For first, let's start with gratitude, and we'll be able to move forward. But in February, we came back with cultivating a positive mindset for dominance. But not only that, but that is where we brought in and introduced Dr. Will Washington, our resident therapist, that has been a beautiful addition to our show. Then in March, it was talking about taking control of your health and well-being. We talked a lot about a healthier lifestyle, kind of building that body for something better. I believe that's when I started on my main fitness journey then, and did very well with a 30-day challenge myself. And in April, it was nurturing self-confidence and overcoming self-doubt, which was another powerful series that we had. Again, that's where Dr. Will came in twice a week and shared the platform with me and gave his idea of, and he shared a lot of his own things that was going on with him in building all of those things, as well as May, where May was developing productivity and habits of maximum success. And that was more of time management and strategies to increase with that. Throughout that time, I remember taking a pause for June, July, and August. And I remember not wanting to rush things, but also taking my time because I knew there was more that was meant for this podcast. And that's in return when we returned back in September with a beautiful Healing Beyond Betrayal. October is the Act of Balancing Life. November was Living Life Abundantly. And in our last month of December, it was Elevate Your Life. But throughout that time, there was a lot of things that happened and a lot of beautiful gifts that had came in between this whole year of every 12 months of this year, even in our 3-month downtime. Just came a lot of things. And the thing is that a lot of gifts came. A lot of gifts. And I want to share 3 powerful gifts from our Year of Domination. One is the gift to sustain practice. From our 30-day healing challenge, even from the beginning, from our 9-day gratitude challenge that started January 1st, all the way through our 60 days of paradigm. But in between that, we had the 10-day Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life book challenge, our very first book challenge, the first of many. And then our last to the 21 days of sky breathing. For me, this was an example of each practice building on our foundation for rebirth. The next is the gift of community power, supporting each other's healing, holding space for transformation and rising together daily. That's our collective strength preparing new growth. And the gift of clear vision, understanding what true domination is, seeing beyond our limitations and preparing for rebirth. It's like every ending sees a new beginning. It's funny, when I first started off with the season of self-love, and I will never get tired of telling this story. It actually started off as a four-week, possibly only 4 episodes that I started in October over there on my other podcast, Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap podcast. And I remember over there, I talk about self-love a lot. We talk about love, sex, relationship. We talk about all of those fun things. But at times we do talk about seriousness, because without loving ourselves and truly loving ourselves, we cannot have a healthy relationships with others. whether it's a lover, whether it's a mother, a father, a child, or friends. We cannot have a successful, sustainable relationships if we don't know anything about self-love. And so that's something that I wanted to create, at least I felt for, every year around my birthday. I want to try to do something new, especially going into this next 50 years of my life. And that was the whole thing. I've already closed that first book of the 50 years of my life, and this was opening up a new book for me. And I had to start it off with the season of self-love. So there was a year that I turned 51. I said, I need to do something new, something different, something fresh, something bringing in this new book. This was my first chapter of my new book. So what did I want that first chapter to be? And it was the season of self-love. So from there, it was created. Only supposed to have been 4 weeks, 4 episodes, and turned into over 216 episodes, where I got to meet a host of beautiful guests. I think I'm at 40 guests now that has shared this platform with me here, to be able to speak their language, to be able to tell their stories. So it was a community that I didn't even know that I was going to be a part of. And let me tell you where the Year of the Domination came from. A lot of you don't know this, but I was a professional dominatrix. That was a part of my business, my job, my intellect coming from Nyomi Banks and being Goddess Nyomi. That was a part of my lifestyle in creating and making money. And what I was trying to do was I was fusing 2 worlds together to where it was making sense to me. And I figured if I was dominating in my business, then I had to dominate in my mind, my spirit, and my soul. And so that's where it created to where this year had to be the year of domination, that we're dominating in every challenge that comes towards us. But not only that, but I'm going to share it with whoever wants to listen. So whether that's 1 person, 5, 10, 100, 1,000, that wasn't my concern. My concern was to share it with 1 person, and that's you. So another gift that came was a gift of clear vision. So me telling you that story is understanding what true domination is for me. It was able to bridge the gap between my old lifestyle and my old job and my old career to this new one. And understanding about the domination, seeing beyond my limitations. And Lord, please know that they were putting limitations on myself, as well as I was falling down that rabbit hole of limited beliefs. But one thing that I remember, one thing that I know is that coming here every day, doing the season of self-love is what helped me to live beyond my limitations. And it truly prepared me for a rebirth. And I knew that next year had to be called the rebirth, because I had truly shed everything. I dominated, I moved that layer from me away. And so now I am rebirthing into a new me. I've changed my paradigm. I learned new things about myself. I walked into a room of newness. And as I said, every ending seeds a new beginning. So as we stand at this threshold, we're going to understand how domination naturally leads to rebirth. And this is us bridging to rebirth through release. What we've outgrown. I have outgrown friendships. I have grown paradigms. I have outgrown family members. Yes, even my own thinking. What no longer serves us. Just this month alone, I've did what they call an inside-out cleansing of my whole entire house. Things that no longer serves me alone, no longer in my perimeter. I'm not forgetting what my past is, but I don't need those things anymore. I got rid of probably about 100 pair of heels. I don't wear them anymore. Not those heels. And this is just a bit of what I'm talking about, the wigs, you know. I love wigs. I still got a whole bunch of them, but I got to get rid of them. I was blessed to be able to get rid of a lot of them because I seen a new me. And it's not even new me, it's a more elevated me. And I was ready for transformation and what it looks like. So what I'm doing is I'm making space for my new life, my present life here. There were so many things that happened a year before that helped with the transformation, from my mother being diagnosed with dementia. In the beginning of that diagnosis, I thought it was the end of the world. But with the season of self-love helped me to do, what elevate me, self-discovery helped me to do with all of my research, what it helped me to do is it helped me to look at it a different perspective. There are lessons and things to be learned from this disease. It taught me patience. It's taught me to appreciate the present moment. No longer to keep living in the past or scared or looking for the future, but living for right now. Through our integrations, lessons learned, wisdom gained, and strength developed. And this is from building from our foundation. You remember I talk about the skyscraper. I'm building a skyscraper. In the season of self-love, it's a part of my foundation. This is my foundation. And then I have everything else from there. Even though the season of self-love was brought from Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap podcast and Elevate Me, Self-Discovery, Wellness, still the season of self-love is our foundation. That is where our lessons were learned, our wisdom was gained, and our strength was developed. But also through that, it was vision, seeing new possibilities. One of my new possibilities was Dr. Will. Another one of my new possibilities with Podmatch was the guest that came on the show, opening to growth. So a lot of times I sat here and was not afraid to share my story. As I say, sit on a couch while the different specialists came, welcoming renewal, a new way of thinking, a new way of life, a new perspective, and just open and ready to rise, to elevate. See, this is what understanding visualization is. Understanding it, that's what that is. So now let's talk about preparing for rebirth. As we prepare to step into the new year, our year of the rebirth, let me share just a little bit of what each month will support. The first few months will support on our transformation. So in January, we're going to talk about new beginnings. We have some amazing guests that's going to come on the next month. That's going to share their stories of transformation, of new beginnings. Also, we're going to be setting powerful intentions, and creating fresh vision and starting with clarity. And in February, we're going to be cultivating self-compassion, nurturing our growth, loving ourselves through change, and supporting our transformation. And in March, we're going to be letting go, releasing what no longer serves us and making space for new life and embracing change. But within the next year, we're going to have so many great projects that I am so excited about. So excited about these next few months. I truly am. You know how I ended the year with an ebook or every month. That's not going to be the case for the next year. Every 3 months there will be an active ebook course and everything like that. But we're going to have so much fun with this all, with everything. But before we close out the final episode of this year, let's create what I call a rebirth blessing. And I want to take these sacred moments to honor your domination. Honor your domination with every challenge that you faced. Honor your domination with every victory that you've won. Honor your domination with every lesson that was learned. And I want you to use this affirmation and say, I claim my power. Welcome your rebirth. Welcome your rebirth of new possibilities emerging. Welcome your rebirth of fresh energy flowing. Welcome your rebirth of higher vision calling. And repeat after me this affirmation, I am ready to rise. And last, set your intentions. Set your intention for continued growth. Set your intentions for deeper transformation. Set your intentions for elevated living. And repeat after me. I choose rebirth. My beautiful family, my beautiful people. What a journey that we've shared this year, from healing to balance, from abundance to elevation, to gratitude to intuition. Every step has prepared us for this moment of rebirth. Again, I want to thank you for making this year so extraordinary. And I thank you for choosing growth, for supporting each other, for showing up day after day. And tomorrow it begins our year of rebirth, and I can't wait. I cannot wait to continue rising with you all, to explore new heights together, to support each other's transformation. But also I want you to remember that this isn't just about starting a new year. It's about stepping into a new version of ourselves. Do y'all hear me? It's about stepping into a new version of ourselves. So until tomorrow, my beautiful people, I want you to love yourself first. This is your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks, here on this season of self-love. Have an amazing, amazing day. And have a safe and happy new year. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery and empowerment here at the Season of Self-Love podcast. Remember, embracing self-love is a continuous journey, and we're so glad to have you with us. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave us a review. And don't forget to join our community on Facebook at Season of Self-Love. Connect with like-minded individuals who are also on their self-love journey. Now, if you have any questions or topics that you'd like for us to explore, we love to hear from you. Email us at seasonofselflove@gmail.com and let your voice be heard. So until next time, take a moment for yourself today and remember, you are worthy of love, joy, and all the beautiful things that life has to offer.